WWE Super Showdown takes place tomorrow in Jeddah, Saudi Arabia at the King Abdullah Stadium. This is the same venue that hosted the Greatest Royal Rumble last year. It's the third overall show WWE has done in Saudi Arabia. I'm not going to get into a big debate of whether or not Saudi Arabia should be hosting wrestling and WWE's relationship with the country. We know what it is at this point. The second show was easily the most controversial. That was Crown Jewel. This has not been nearly as controversial. The product sucks. So maybe that's by design so they don't get anyone to care about this show. Anyway, here's what we have. On the pre-show, you have the Usos against the Revival. I'm going with the Revival here. I think they're trying to push them a bit more. It is a glorified house show, so maybe the Usos will win. I'm going to say they give it to the Revival. Lars Sullivan will absolutely destroy the Lucha host party, Kalisto, Grand Metalik, and Lince Dorado. I doubt Kalisto would be interested in taking another shot at Lars Sullivan because he might actually be killed here, and I think this is a place Lars might actually get away with it. You have the Intercontinental Championship, Finn Balor defending against Andrade. I'm going with Balor to retain. That's pretty much a set. We will see the Demon Finn Balor, and that'll probably get a good pop in front of that crowd. Roman Reigns is obviously going to beat Shane McMahon. There's no dispute there. Yeah, it is what it is. They're building up Shane to lose to Roman on the show, and Shane gets a big payday. Braun Strowman against Bobby Lashley. I'm going with Braun Strowman. I think they're still going to push Strowman more. They don't want him to lose much. I think he beats Lashley. I don't think Lashley has much of a future there, to be honest. Kofi Kingston retains the title against Dolph Ziggler. WWE Championship, Kofi's keeping that. I don't see any way Dolph wins that match at all. As for the 50-man Battle Royal, we don't know who's in. I'm going to go with Braun Strowman. I think he just does double duty. I think he went. You know what? No, I'm not going with Strowman. I'm going to go with I'm going to go with Mustafa Ali. It's in Saudi Arabia. I think I'm going to give it to someone who's from the Middle East, who's a Muslim. I don't know where exactly Ali's from in the Middle East. I forget, but he's from there. I think I'm going to give it to someone hometown, or at least home continent, if you will. I think I'm going to go with Ali. I thought they could go with Strowman, but you know what? He's already wrestling last when he won that big thing last year. I'm going to go with Ali. All right, WWE Championship. Seth Rollins against Baron Corbin. Seth Rollins retains. Brock Lesnar cashes in and beats Seth Rollins. So I'm going to go with Seth Rollins to wrestle Baron Corbin. Seth is not 100%. He's been beat up for a while. He is still injured. He comes in and he gets his ass kicked for 90% of the match against Baron Corbin. Rollins makes a heroic babyface John Cena-esque comeback. He curb stomps Baron Corbin, retains his title. Brock Lesnar cashes in the briefcase. Brock Lesnar defeats Seth Rollins. Brock is the Universal Champion for a third time. All right, now the two main events. You have Triple H against Randy Orton. I am going to go with, this is an interesting match. I'm going to go with Triple H. I'm going to say Triple H wins. Could be wrong. They could give it to Orton, but I think Triple H he's obviously the biggest star in Saudi Arabia. They like him more there. Orton's a star, but I don't think Orton ever got to Attitude Era level stars of Triple H was. So I think he'll be more over in Saudi Arabia. I think the fans will prefer to see Triple H take the W. So I'm going to go Triple H to beat Randy Orton and end their feud. And happens to be 10 years ago, they had one of the worst main events in WrestleMania history, and I'm sure it's going to be very similar. They're going to be out there for 25 minutes. It's going to be a Triple H match. I am dreading this match. And now, the main event. Undertaker versus Goldberg. It's a WWE match that features one of the biggest WWE superstars of all time against one of the biggest WCW superstars of all time. We saw how Vince McMahon feels about WWE and WCW. Remember WrestleMania a few years ago? And that match was Triple H and Sting. And everyone thought Sting was going to win. It was his first match. It was his debut match with Triple H won. And that was a match where people thought Sting was going to have multiple matches. This is a match where Goldberg is going to probably be just one and done here. And I can't see him beating Undertaker. I'm not going to do a Goldberg-Brock thing. There was a need to have him squash Brock because that was going to be a long program. It's a WCW, WWE guy. It's Vince McMahon. Undertaker's winning this. It'll be a fun, nostalgic match. I hope it goes no longer than 5 minutes, but it'll be entertaining to see the big entrances and see them square off, and it'll be a fun match, I think. So, Undertaker's my pick. That's WWE Super Showdown 2019. Second Super Showdown. They couldn't come up with another name. I mean, this is the Australia show. I guess they're not going back to Australia this year, so Super Showdown takes place tomorrow night, Jeddah, Saudi Arabia. I said it. Hope it's a good show. Because the last couple shows were not very good in Saudi Arabia.